Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms, and today it is the next morning. I am checking the cows bright and early before work. Gonna walk around them real quick, don't really have a whole lot to do up here. And then I'm gonna be taking the afternoon off to go take a look at some trees, probably do some tree work and whatnot. We shall see, but let's go ahead and walk around the cows right now. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot to do. I'm just gonna walk around, look for cows that are, you know, bleeding, anything out of the ordinary, making sure they're looking good, making sure they're eating hay, etc, etc. Let's go for a walk. So I'm just looking around for just anything out of the ordinary for the most part. So no calf got stuck in there. It's an old well. I honestly need to get that thing capped off. We basically just put an old ring around it. And all the cows are over there. Hi mamas. How you guys doing today? Don't everybody poop while I'm around. 1, 2, 3 are all pooping. Okay, let's walk around and see what we see. Check all the calves, make sure they're looking good. So Black Angus is our bread and butter for sure, but I think Charolais and Charolais crosses are so cute. Okay, so all the cows look good except for that one. So that one right there has essentially got liquid poo all over its butt. It's probably got the runs. So I think we either need to get it some coccidiosis or coccidios, whatever it is, or the blue pill as Pat likes to call it. So that, other than that, everything else looks good. They're all spunky, they're all happy. So that is good. Looks like they're all drinking. Walk up and make sure all the water looks good. But they're all sucking, like that one's sucking, that one. So I think we're looking good. Hopefully so, because I don't want to deal with issues, especially while Dad's gone. Okay, all the cows are looking good. Time to head to work. And afterwards, we'll head down to the farm and either do some chiseling or I'm not sure. Actually, let's go down. Speaking of chiseling, let's go down and take a look and see how I did last night. There we are. That's what I did last night. Turned all of these fields to darkness. It actually worked out really nice. Really happy with it. We'll head down here and turn around and catch you guys this afternoon. Yeah, looks good. Okay, fun fact, I've been driving my dad's car around, well, my dad's truck, because that car started pooping out on me. A couple weeks ago I started running E85. There goes my laptop. So I started running E85 because it says I can run it on that car, and I've always wanted to try it, so I decided to try it. And 3 weeks later, I get a fuel line fault, and turns out I shelled out my fuel pump while running E85 in a flex fuel vehicle. That's fun. I was not very happy with myself, or not very happy with the manufacturer. Needless to say, it might be the last time I own a non-GM truck. That was not cool, bro. So, transfer my car over, then we're heading to the farm. It is mid-afternoon, I believe, 2, 3 o'clock, something like that. Got off work, and we're gonna go see what we can get done before the rain hits. Just about to the farm, and this is a hoss of an hydrous rig coming. It's at least, I guess, a 24 shank on a quad track. Sheesh! That is a hoss. That's that big farm way over out west. Pulling a 3000 tank. Nice. They're, oh, that's one of our tanks. Nice. Well, we'll see how everything's going. Hopefully Curtis is out doing an hydrous, and hopefully we got 2 chisels running. That's probably pretty ambitious, but never know. And there's Mr. Bean. I believe that's Dar out putting an hydrous on. I think this is his first day running. Well, I have no idea where Curtis is at. He must have got all this done below the road, because it looks like it's done. Small chisels off of the 340. They were gonna pull it down south of the pickup because we got the 400 already sitting down there. And looks like someone's moving bales. Nope, they haven't pulled it down yet, but they're going to be pulling it down there. So let's see what's going on. So I'm just looking over this thing right now. I noticed that I was plugging a little bit and pushing right here. Now I think I know why. This thing got bent. Kind of helps keep the dirt off from, or covering this bearing, which helps it keep the spin. So I might see if we can get the torch out and beat it back. We'll see what they want to do. Gonna fire this girl up because I'm actually gonna take a load of corn in. We're gonna hit the road. I got this grain to sell. This is Pat's. First time driving this truck with the new clutch, so that'll be fun. I'm just gonna take this load in. Pat's gonna take that chisel down, and Darren's gonna get started chiseling. Nathan's also gonna take the cat down, so we're gonna try and chisel 185 acres of this brand new farm we're farming, so this will be fun. Hopefully we have good luck. Chiseling 40 feet at a time. It'll be quite a bit. Okay, let's hit the road. Well, here's the cat. Why is it chiseling there? I don't know. Oh, I think he's gonna get all this chiseled and then go down and do layers. Shoot, we want to get 200 acres chiseled today. Let's see, 250 acres. We'll see if that happens. Oh, my neighbor burned the ditch. Nice. Oh, he must have recently did that. Still smoldering. Nothing's happening to my farm for a little while until we spray it and plant it. Well, good news. I see a ginormous tank going down the road heading to one of our farms. I'll explain a little bit, but this is an absolute first for us. There's that new depot. Thing's pretty slick. The anhydrous tanks already. Jeez, yeah, 4 filling stations. 2, looks like 30,000 gallon anhydrous tanks. That's impressive. That's very impressive. Just rolling into Clinton. Looks like about a half-hour wait when I left. I haven't seen a whole lot of trucks though, so I don't know. Hopefully they have all their pits open. Okay, well, I think we got 50,000 loads to go in April. So you might be wondering, why the heck are you hauling corn when you should be in the fields? Well, that's a great question. Honestly, I'd rather have us wait until a rain day, so like Wednesday or Thursday, but everybody else has probably the same mindset. So Pat wants to haul at least 1 load a day, if not 2, if the hours are good and the line's not too bad. So today we got 2 loads in. Yesterday we got 2 loads in. So like I said, if you average 2 a day, you'll get done. You need to average at least 2 a day. You can't just bank on a day of getting 8 if you have 2 trucks on the road, because when you're going to be hauling, when you're free and not in the field and going to be hauling, so is everyone else. Okay, I just got sampled. Let's hit the road. What I mean by samples is they took a cross-sectional sample of my truck just to kind of see how my grain is, make sure there's no abnormalities or anything like that. All on the radio if there's an issue. Say like either you're rejected or whatever. So hopefully it's not too long of a wait. I think I'm going to take this truck back and then either go switch with Darren or take this truck back home and do something. I'm honestly not sure. Okay, there's a little bit of line here, so that's okay. See at least 2 dumps open, I don't see a third. Ah, they're actually unloading a train today. I've never actually been here when they've unloaded a train. That's why they call it the rail dump, because they can actually pull train cars in and unload on a rail. Corn must be finally getting cheap enough elsewhere, because like I said, they usually don't have bring rail cars in, but they did today. Ah, it's moving. Nice. Geez, someone had an upsie. Letting that drain down a little bit so I don't do this like other jerks. That's why Clinton has 2 engines, so they can lug around a bunch of trains. A bunch of loaded train cars, I should say. Oh, it's moving. Nice. I see Darren. He's turning from dirt black over there by the 400, with the 400, I should say. And I also see a ginormous tank sitting there up on top of the road. So Curtis is actually pulling 3,000 gallon tanks right now. That's brand new for him. Normally we pull 1,500 gallon tanks. This is twice that much. It's nuts. So it'd be a good test, because this is kind of what he wants to do moving forward. He wants to get a big unit, and yeah, I bet this thing is a test for that little tractor. Actually, I know it's a test for that little tractor. Hey, there's my truck. I was wondering if they brought it down here halfway through winter. They brought it down here because we have this storage now. Okay, let's go see if Pat needs any help while doing chores. That is a big tank. Okay, so we don't like using our bar with and bean stubble. I'll show you here in a second, but you can kind of see it's just not closing up as much. anytime that the ground is wet, this ground down here is sandy, so we're not really worried about it, so we're just sending it. Anytime the ground is wet, you run the risk of the trench not sealing, so the anhydrous you're putting in, some of it evaporates, so you're losing it, which would not be good. Shut this thing down. So like I said, you can kind of see we're not having that issue here because that trench is closed up, but normally you have closing discs that kind of just come by and cover this up. That way you actively prevent this from being open. But if you have a wet spot, a really compacted spot, you actually won't close this trench. But you can kind of see we're doing a pretty good job right now, so he's going to keep sending it. Empty, refill now. Don't tell me what to do. Oh, 400 miles until max speed? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not going to be in that big of a hurry. I got 400 miles. I got a full tank. Tank and a half. Okay, Curtis is rolling. He's already done 30 acres and he hasn't switched before with our single tanks. Before, we'd have to be switching by now. So he says he likes that, but he did lose about 1 mile an hour pulling that much weight around. So that kind of sucks. A little bit more compaction, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go switch out Darren. He's got to take off his, they must have got a new planter or a new monitor or something. So him and his dad are gonna go learn that. He's been out chiseling. He's out chiseling right there. So he's gonna go learn that. And I'm gonna chisel for the next 6-7 hours or so. Should be able to get half done, and then actually Nathan's talking about coming down once he gets done chiseling back home and helping me finish up. So hopefully we can get this done. Well, this is the field, 180 acres. Gonna be farming this year. Farmed it a couple years ago and then didn't have the chance the previous couple years, but we did this year. So we're working some ground now. This is gonna be corn on soybeans, and then this is actually gonna be corn on corn. So that's what we're gonna be chiseling. That's what we are, chiseling, I should say. Darren's giving her the berries right now. So Jeff inline ripped with that Steiger. He inline ripped these end rows. So basically he took our inline ripper and went down 18 inches and broke up the compaction. So now we're gonna be chiseling. I'm gonna wait here until Darren gets done. We're gonna switch out. We got everything fertilized. Eberhardt's got down here yesterday and put this on. The red's your potash. The kind of gray is your, I believe they put MAP on. So let's go ahead and look at Darren. He's running that chisel that I ran last night in this video right here, if you're curious. Mixes in that fertilizer nicely. All right, get the out. You better not have farted.
I'll go learn how to run a planter.
You guys actually have a monitor in your planter now?
Yeah, we got precision planting.
Jeez. Okay, two things. One, Darren is really short, like really short. He had this seat down a lot. And two, you don't know how to use GPS, Darren? What the heck? Come on, brother. Oh, I set a GPS line. I'm a little off. Just gonna remark it. So when you guys work ground, how do you typically do it? I like to skip passes. So I like to basically go in a loop. So I'll skip 2, skip 1, skip 2, skip 1. Oh, it's, sorry. Skip 2, skip 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. That way I can get make nice and close turns, because this thing's only 18 feet wide, so it's gonna take a lot of passes to cover this 90 acres. This is a 90 acre chunk here. And I believe this is also a 90 acre chunk there. So you got two 90 acre chunks. Curtis is working on the south of the gravel road. He's got 200 acres to do over there. Only 140 are going to be corn on corn, or going to be going to corn, I should say. So he should hopefully get that done by sometime, I don't know, sometime a little around dark. Then I'm guessing he'll move over to here, do this bean stubble here, and just see how far he gets. We'll just kind of see how much anhydrous he can keep in front of him. Just saw another ginormous tank roll in, as Curtis is quite literally unhooking the first one and hooking onto the new one. So I think he did about 50 acres on that tank. That's pretty impressive. That's very impressive. So he's got one empty full one empty giant tank. He's got two full giant tanks. One just got here and he's hooking onto the second one. Okay, there goes Curtis. He's got a 3/4 mile long run right there all the way to the highway, and he is moving. There goes the first ever big 3,000 gallon tank that we ever used. And I'm doing pretty good. I've done, I gotta figure do math. Done about 7 acres since I've jumped in. Not too bad.
What the crap is that?
I think we need to go find out what that is. Because that is, that's something. That is something. How does this even come out in the middle of a field? What? Well, I guess I got a buddy now. I don't even know what that is, for one. For two, how did it get out in the middle of our field? So the plan is here soon we're gonna have 900 horse ponies knocking this field out. So Nathan's gonna be coming down with the Cat. That Cat has 510 horsepower, 520, something like that. This Steiger's got 400. So we're gonna have 900 horsepower knocking out this field. I got a 16, 17, 18 foot chisel. I forget exactly what it is. He's gonna be coming down with a 24 foot Will Rich. So we'll be getting this done in no time. I can obviously be a lot more efficient with this field because this field's like 3 times as big and as long as the ones I did yesterday. So I can actually average around 11, 12 acres an hour before. Whereas before with the other field I was around that 8 or 9. So it's amazing what efficient fields will do for you. And then while I'm finishing this up, Nathan's actually just about done with the field up at Pat's place. Once he's done with that, he's gonna come down here. We're gonna knock this field out, and Curtis is gonna go until the rain, doing anhydrous. Right there, you see him rolling. There he is, there's Kurt. On the long rows. See this little streak there? It's because we had some big residue chunks. So, there is an old saying that your next year's corn crop starts with your last pass, or your next year's crop starts with your last pass of your this year's crop. You kind of see I'm bouncing a little bit. I'm reducing my speed. It's a big compacted zone, so it's really starting to bounce. So I'm really just reducing it, just kind of keep that chisel plow in the ground. So this is a big compacted area. It's where they drove a lot of grain carts. And hey, reinforcements is here. Hey. There's Nathan. When I say that is, if you do a very poor job combining, you really make a mess for yourself next year. Tillage is a way to help mitigate that, but a lot of people, where if we do no-till like we do our soybeans, if you do a very poor job with your corn residue, your corn head is really dull knives, if your chopper's not spreading, if it's just windrowing, that makes a mess, and then it essentially mounds up residue. It doesn't evenly spread it out. When that's the case, you actually can't, your planter really cannot go through it near as much, and you don't have an even stand. And planting is all about even stand, even emergence. You always want to have that because corn is very, it's like a bully. It's like a schoolyard bully. The bigger the kid, the more nutrients, the more money, whatever bullies do these days. So like I said, 2 big corn plants are going to overpower a little runt of a corn plant, and it's basically just going to steal nutrients. You're not going to have it. You're going to rob yield. So high level, this year's corn crop starts with last year's combine pass, and that right there, you can kind of see that little streak. That was basically the residue was really long in that spot, and around that was kind of drove on and compacted. And you can really see that streak all the way across the field. If you've got my editor can kind of go back to it. You can see that streak all the way across the field. That's why we're out here doing this tillage, because like I said, there's a lot of residue in this area, a lot of tall residue. We really want to get that broken down. So that's why we're out here. And Nathan's getting here too. We're really gonna knock this out. We're gonna go from 12 acres an hour up to like 25 or so. So we'll be done here in probably 3 hours, I would guess. I appreciate all you guys asking about how my leg is doing and everything like that. it's doing all right. Honestly, it's healing up okay. I'm just taking it easy, not really working out or anything. I'm trying not to do anything too crazy around the equipment and just really take it easy. So appreciate all you guys asking about that. So Nathan just got here. We're really gonna knock this field out quick. See, there it is. See those 3 rows, and see how you can see it all the way, even though it's been chiseled. That'll still help breaking it down, because the whole point of what we're trying to do is mix in and bury this residue, bury some of it. That way, you know, in a couple weeks, we can come in here, finish this pass, so level it off, and we'll plant it. Hey, hey. And Curtis over there. Yeah, this is a very compacted spot. Every time I get to it, the chisel plow starts bouncing. And what that means is basically it can't stay down. There's really just, it's a pretty lightly built chisel bar. So it hits a hard spot. Instead of digging through it, it actually just kind of rides up and over it if you're going too fast. So I just slow way down and really let those shanks eat. Still don't know what the heck this thing is. Any thoughts? Cruising right along. I've done 25 acres, probably 26 or so when you include what, 27 when you include what Darren did. And Nathan's covering some ground too, so we're getting her done. Okay, I'm gonna go out and just do a quick walk around. I've been running for 2 hours straight now, so I'm good to walk around, and I gotta use the facilities. Because with the front wheel assist tractor, the cab's right here, so I can see a lot better. But with the 4-wheel drive, the cab's further forward, and it's harder for me to see. I'm just going through making sure none of my blades have cracked, chipped, anything like that. A couple of them are getting dull. But overall, this looks pretty good. Yeah, no issues. Cool. Nothing's plugged up, but not surprising. Doing a good job. There's the fertilizer we're mixing in. Burying it. Ground's a little bit lumpy, but overall not horrible. It's definitely good enough to go. We're not going to wait because we're going to get rained on today. And it looks like Nathan's stopped right now too. Okay, let's keep her moving. A lot of guys going full steam. Field cultivator, and us doing some chiseling. Looks like that guy was working up some bean stubble ground. We're doing something. I'm not sure where the other guy went. He went somewhere. And Nathan has got to be just about done with his little patch. I guess he'll jump over and do that little patch. We got a little, here's what the field looks like. This big 85 acre chunk, and then there's a little like 3 or 4 acre chunk right there, and I realized I was probably not even facing it. Anyway, 5 acres. I'm guessing Nathan will jump over to the 5 acre while I keep kind of plugging along and get caught up to him, and then eventually he'll kind of finish that up and then jump in with me. We'll work towards each other, and then we'll be done. Probably be done by dark. That'd be nice. Because I'm a little tired from yesterday. Yesterday was a lot. Okay, 3 tractors within a quarter mile. Nice. 2 magnums and a cat. Or sorry, Steiger Magnum cat. They are going to get, they just brought another full tank and bringing an empty back. Nice. There's that other Magnum. It's pulling in and going to the same field, maybe? The other Magnum just pulled out of there, that's in there. Nathan's on to the small chunk. What the hell? Oh yeah, it cracked out. So you know the rock shaft? It cracked the rock shaft. So like the actual axle itself broke. So yeah, I'm not gonna be able to move this. Great. Just great. So the rock shaft, so the thing that holds the axle as it's, because it basically pivots, or I guess the axle pivot point, which actually the hydraulic cylinder pushes on the tire, which pivots around there, actually cracked out. So nice. Well, so what happened was I was coming down here, made a turn, I lifted up on my cylinder, but as soon as it lifted up, one side lifted up, the other side cracked out and basically completely foobarred it. So we're kind of screwed because this is a 2-person job. I need to get this thing lifted up and we can kind of somehow get her finagled where it'll carry itself, and I can kind of finagle that rock axle into the rock shaft tube, and then I can maybe just slowly limp it all the way around and get it back to the shop so we can at least get it welded and mobile. Fun, fun, fun. Yep, that's what happened. Cracked out of there. Nathan to the rescue. So I'm thinking, unhook the cylinder, get it raised up. If we can get it pressing up against the top, should be able to get it out of here. So we'll see. So I told Nathan to keep going, because like we really only don't have that much left. So Nathan's gonna keep going so we can get this done before dark, before any rain comes in, and Pat's on his way down. Fun, fun, fun. And no, for the record, this is just an old chisel, not necessarily my driving. A lot of people doing stuff around here today. There's only so when I'm looking at this, there's only so much I can do with a pair of pliers, but that is why I always carry a pair of pliers with me, because at least I can do something. So I thought is, we go get the skid loader, we lift up on this, we unhook the hydraulic cylinder, and then, because what cracked out was on the bottom, because like I said, it's a very poor design, just over time, just got weaker and weaker. But anyway, it cracked out, but when it's actually raising up, most of your forces come in the upward direction. Or like it presses, the hydraulic cylinder presses down, which in turn presses the tire down, which in turn pushes force up through this tube up to the top. So it's cracked out in the bottom. If we can get it up, at least be able to get it mobile and get it brought back to the shop over there. Here comes the boss. See what he has to say. Pat and I are working on tearing that apart. We just need a wrench out of his tractor. Okay, we're gonna try and back up. Trying to match the cylinders. So we can get the pin in. Okay, after many swear words, two wind burnt faces, and a lot of frustration, we got her back going. Apologize for not showing much. When things break down, it's never a fun time. So now we just gotta limp this thing out of here. Not gonna be fast, but it'll be steady. Go nice and slow. Try not to break anything. Oh. Nathan just about has this field done. Curtis is still going. His next tank's actually set in this bean field right here. So he's really cooking through the acres today. He's got at least probably 150, 160 done so far before dark. Not too bad for a 37.5-foot bar. It's gonna take my time. Well, I definitely lose the light game, but that's okay. Nathan's still going. He's actually on the last pass. Hopefully I can get this thing out of his way. We're actually trying to find a spot to cross into this soybean field. No, we don't have to go all the way down and around over the rough chiseled ground. We're trying to make this as smooth as possible. Slowly creeping back a solid 2.8 mile an hour. But on the right side, we get a good look at that massive 3,000 gallon anhydrous tank. Thing is huge. Curtis says he really knows that thing's behind him. I think he said that thing weighs 25,000 pounds. I mean, not quite that much. But still, sheesh. When he hooks onto that thing, he says he drops a mile an hour. Dang. I don't think that's good that Curtis is sitting there. Or there's a tank. There's two tanks sitting there. I think Curtis is pulled up to the shed or to the shop. So that's not good. Shoot, that means we have 4 tanks sitting here. That's a lot of anhydrous. Okay, let's go see what we want to do with this. We're just going to leave it here, or I'm honestly not sure what we're going to do. So there's out changing knives. Go ahead and pack up and get out of here. It's been a day. It's been a day. It's been 2 days, because like I said, didn't quit last night till 1. So hopefully Curtis is going to have a good night. Get 2 more of these tanks knocked out. Just have to see. Well, he's got this 140 acres done. So now he's moving over to the north, to the new fields. There's a 180 acres over there. I'll leave this light on then.
Yeah, we'll leave it on.
There you go. So Curtis is gonna keep rolling. He's got plenty of tanks in front of him, so he's gonna run until he either gets rained out or he gets tired. One of those two.
Drive.
Hi, Amber.
Hey.
All right, he's taking off. We're getting ready to go. Well, coolant leak. Pretty bad one too. Glad we caught it. We think it's just a hose that loosened up, so we're gonna try and get that fixed up real quick. One thing after the other. One thing after another. I wouldn't, because that thing has a bunch of suction on it. Yep. Hold up. Look down there. It's not that one. It's the one down there. You bored yet?
Yes.
Why?
I've been here for 2 hours now.
Well, what have you been doing for 2 hours? On the TikTok?
Yeah, actually I have been.
Why didn't you bring your homework?
Well, I didn't think I'd be down here for 2 hours, so.
Oh man, we're getting a lot done, but whew, I'm tired. Gonna head up to the farm, and I'm gonna head back down to Curtis, drop him off some parts, and I'm gonna head home because it's kind of halfway on my way home now. So I grabbed Nathan's pickup that was sitting here along the road, bringing that home. I'm just getting down here, back down to the farm. Kate went and got my car. I'm coming back here to go grab Curtis some lunch and drop him some parts off. He's got probably a solid 60 acres out of this tank he's gonna try and do, and then he's gonna call her quits for the day. That'd be a damn good day for him, that's for sure. He's just gonna replace a clamp real quick, or whatever the heck it's called, and then he's gonna excuse me, he's gonna keep rolling. So I need to keep rolling here, and I hope this bean stubble doesn't puncture my tire. That would really suck. I'll try not to blind the neighbors as I pull back on the road. Hey guys, well, I'm gonna head out. Curtis is gonna work for a couple hours. Nathan just quit for the night. We all kind of have our jobs, and you know, depending on who's doing what, depends on who has the late hours. Curtis, this is his big time, where he usually works late, because in Hydrus it's a thing that you can run later, and that's what he likes to do. So anyway, I'm gonna head out, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you enjoyed that carnage of mine. Honestly, it was a decent day. We got quite a bit done. We got probably 200 acres chiseled today, so that's pretty good. He'll probably get 250 acres of anhydrous in, which is really good, with a 37.5 foot bar, like really, really good. So yeah, we're gonna go from there. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and ta-ta for now.